the world, this is how your calculator will work. It'll be the sine button, and then behind it there'll be sine inverse. Okay. So the way you get to that is you hit shift or second or something like that. I have seen a calculator that wasn't like that, but that was one calculator out of 1,000 that I've ever seen. Okay. So again, if you look in your calculator right now, you'll hopefully see that sort of thing right there. Okay. I'm going to start with a small amount of calculator work, and then we'll deal with triangles. So I'm going to read that through to make sure it's clear for everyone before we continue. It says, in math, all operations can be reversed. We can also use SOHCAHTOA to solve angles. We do this by using sine inverse, cos inverse, and tan inverse functions. To do this, hit shift or second. Okay, so that'll get to the inverse. All right, and the rest of today's examples. Here we go, example 1. Solve for theta. To 1 decimal. Okay, so we'll end up with a question that looks something like this. Sine theta is a decimal or a fraction or something like that. All right. So what you would do if you want to get theta by yourself, somebody's going to say you divide by sine. Well, you don't really divide by sine. We're going to move sine across equal sign. So what we're going to do is we're just going to say theta equals sine inverse of 0.3. Okay. So sine on the left turns into sine inverse on the right. It's like the opposite function. So what you should be doing, Karina, at 100 miles an hour right now is hopefully typing that into your calculator as fast as you can. Okay? Oh my goodness, that calculator's got to be out. Sorry, I don't mean to humiliate you. Okay, but everyone's calculator should be out for this, because this is totally new for everyone in the class. Unless you're retaking this course, which I don't think is. Error? 0.3, not 3, 0.3. So sine inverse 0.3. Now, hold on. Depends on how your calculator works. And this was here. Some calculators you have to do this too. Right, like my old calculator, this is how my old calculator works, and actually probably my new calculator is going to work the same as this. You have to do that. And some calculators just give you like a calculator like yours there, you can probably just type it in directly. I got 14.5, is that right?
What?
17.5.
Was anyone unable to get that down? Okay, so it's either you use sine inverse or.
Oh, I like this so much better than science. It is a little hard of science.
This error.
This is what we do. This is science today.
Anybody else? Good? Okay, while I'm doing this, if you guys can find an next two for me, which is going to be cos and tan. We'll say cos of theta is equal to 0.7, and C will say tan of theta equals 10.1. See how it goes. So take the next 30 seconds of your lives, calculate those out please for me, okay? Then we're going to get to triangles soon enough. So remember one decimal place, please. Here, calculator's calculating. Good. All right. I'm gonna try to be favoritism towards people who weren't here yesterday. Can someone please that wasn't here yesterday raise their hand and volunteer an answer? Noah, go ahead. Somebody agree with that?
Yeah.
Right. Hey, can someone else wasn't here yesterday give me an answer? Haley, go ahead.
Okay. Maybe what?
Yeah. Okay, is everyone, are we feeling sort of good with that? Good? Okay, I'm going to do 3 more examples on the next board, D, E, and F. I want you to try these out and see how they go. And then move on to triangles, okay? We'll say sine of theta equals 1.2. Cos of theta equals 0.5. And tan of theta equals 1. Okay, so like that rounded off to one decimal place if you'd be so kind. Okay, pause the video. If you're having difficulty with these, getting the decimals, let me know. I'm going to pause. Why are you going to get an error? This is actually equal to error. Okay. If you think of this as a fraction, it's 1.2 over 1. Now, let's just think for a sec. What does sine equal again from our previous note? What does sine equal? So means what? 0. So wait, so means what? Opposite over hypotenuse, okay? Now, why is there an error? Somebody tell me why that's not. Go ahead. Yeah, the hypotenuse has to be the biggest side, right? So if you ever get a sine value bigger than 1, it's impossible to draw a triangle. But there's no triangle exists where the opposite side is bigger than the hypotenuse, right? So that's why it's going to be an error. And that's fine, okay? And we'll talk more about that in grade 11, okay? But you can only have numbers from -1 to +1. We'll leave negatives out right now. But not for... Well, cos is the same rule. So sine and cos work that way because they have hypotenuses in them, right? But because tan doesn't have a hypotenuse, that's why this one was okay to work, right? That's you know what I mean? It's opposite over traces. Yeah.
They are sine -1 and sine a different number.
Yes. It should be opposite, right? And then, so good. Derek, since you weren't here yesterday, can you be brave, please, and do E for me?
60 degrees.
60 degrees. Technically, it would be 60.0 because we want to round to one decimal place. Okay, now, so since we got 60 degrees for that, if I were typing cos 60, what should my answer be? 0.5, right? So these are reversible operations, right? That's the big one. All right, can some... Your calculator should. Can someone do the last one, please? Yeah, go ahead. 45 degrees, good. Theta equals tan inverse of 1, so theta equals 45.0. Okay, and there are some nice angles that work beautifully, give nice answers here. Okay, there aren't many. Okay, but there are a few that will work out beautifully at 45, 60, 30. Will work out nicely. Okay, no. All right, sort of good on this. Let's do some triangles here. Okay, so let's go on to example 2.
Oh, put your numbers in. So you can't do bigger than that. Sine, so this is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite can't be bigger than that. Oh.
Okay, I'm being a little bit of a jerk is the wrong word. A little bit of a mean person. Okay. Okay, so I want you to use SOHCAHTOA twice here. All right. So instead of using finding one angle and then doing 180 minus the last two, you know what I mean? I want you to find both angles you can still control. Okay, so pick your favorite angle. If you're wanting your note to match mine, I'm doing theta first because I like theta the best. Okay, and then label it opposite adjacent hypotenuse, and do the same thing for beta. Label opposite adjacent hypotenuse, and solve for that. Okay. Yes. I can't draw 5. Here's the 5. But what's it called? It's a little bit off the.